Hachette Audio presents The Carnivale of Curiosities. Written by Amiee Gibbs. Read by James Langton. To anyone who has ever whispered a wish in the dark. Prologue. 24th October 1887, Athenaeum Theatre, Borough of Southwark, London. It took 3 hours to kill Charlotte Bainbridge. An egregious amount of time for an exsanguination, he knew. Any slaughterman worth his salt would have scoffed at anything beyond 8 minutes, from first slice to last drop. But this instance demanded less of speed and more of precision. And though his hands had known blood, he was not an habitué of the abattoir. He was an artist. Haloed by gas lamps, Mr. Pretorius continued his work in near silence. The only noise to be heard was the iron creak of the gibbet, where a life-size automaton hung amid overburdened shelves and cabinets full of the ephemera of the stage. If anyone had said to him 50-odd years ago, when boarding the belly of a boat from Barbados in the afterglow of emancipation, that he would one day find himself in the understage of an English theatre, with the fresh body of a dead girl, he would have laughed. So it beggared belief how only that morning his little shop, nestled back behind the ropes and pulleys and hydraulics of the understage, and dedicated to the props and contrivances that dazzled the eye and confounded the senses for the Athenaeum's productions, had been transformed into a death-house, worthy of any hospital in the city. Only a few hours had passed since the audience had exited, and the theatre stilled, before his precious workbench was pushed to the wall, and in its place a mortuary table appeared. Trays, surgical instruments, and foul-smelling fluids had disordered the orderly chaos of his hammers, levels, wrenches, and wiring. It all seemed impossible, and yet... He tested the needle's integrity against the meat of his thumb, as his old nanny had taught him, and, hovering over her body, threaded the sharp point through the open incision on her neck, lacing the fine silk over and across the wound until the flaps of skin were neatly stitched closed. A faint trickle of fluid escaped over his fingers, but a...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?